Welcome back. You're watching Live in Paris on France 24. It's time now for Media Watch, the time of day. Then we take a look at what's making a buzz on the internet and in the French press as well. Here to do that with us tonight is Florence Villeminot. Good evening to you, Florence.
Good evening.
Now we're starting with what's being called the suitcase scandal and its accusations being hurled at the former president, but also presidential hopeful Dominique de Villepin. Tell us more.
That's right. Just for a quick reminder about what this suitcase scandal is actually about. So Robert Bourgi is a specialist in Franco-African relations, and he is an aide to the current president, Nicolas Sarkozy. He was also an aide to former President Jacques Chirac and his Prime Minister Dominique de Villepin. And in an interview he gave this weekend with the Journal du Dimanche, he had some scathing accusations towards Chirac and Villepin. He said that they received suitcases of cash from African leaders to fund their electoral campaigns. Now, he's talking about some $20 million. Now, these are huge accusations, and they're getting a huge response here in the French media. We're going to start by looking at L'Express. There you see the managing director of L'Express, Christophe Barbier. He has a kind of live editorial. There you see him. Now, he says that Bourgi should be taken seriously, but though he's credible, he doesn't have any evidence. Now,
right. He says himself, doesn't he? I've got no evidence, I've got no way of backing this up.
Absolutely. And that's why Christophe Barbier says we'll never know if Villepin and Chirac actually received these wads of cash. And so justice, basically, the justice system shouldn't get involved. It's going to be a waste of time for everybody and a big nuisance. But within the French press, there's a lot of disagreement about whether or not an investigation, a formal investigation, should be launched. Le Monde, for instance, its editorial says that actually an investigation should be launched. We should call on justice to get to the bottom of this issue, because such accusations can't just be left hanging in the air. We've got to get to the bottom and find out the truth behind Bourgi's allegations.
Okay, now before all of this came out in the press, Robert Bourgi told an author, a writer, a novelist, if you like, about the suitcase, didn't he?
That's right. His name is Pierre Péan. He interviewed Robert Bourgi for a book that's going to be released this Wednesday, actually, called The Suitcase Republic. Now, you can imagine that book is also going to get a lot of buzz. Now, Pierre Péan wrote an article in Marianne saying that, according to his investigation, this shady kind of financing didn't stop when Dominique de Villepin left the government in 2007. And on top of Marianne, several other sources are critical of the article in the Journal du Dimanche, because it forgot to mention that Bourgi is an aide to Nicolas Sarkozy. And in fact, Nicolas Sarkozy awarded Bourgi the very prestigious Légion d'honneur in 2007.
And of course, de Villepin is a big rival to Sarkozy, and we've got an election
arch rival. So the timing, of course, is leading a lot of people to
you viewers can judge that one for yourselves. All right, let's move on now, because a bit more serious. There's been a big blast at a nuclear plant down in the south of France. One person killed.
That's right. And in fact, the alert has now been called off. But between noon and 1 o'clock p.m. this afternoon, there was a lot of buzz on the internet trying to figure out exactly what was going on. In fact, a lot of news websites went into live blogging, keeping readers updated on a minute-to-minute basis. And a lot of politicians were tweeting, for instance, Environmental Minister Nathalie Kosciusko-Morizet. Here we can see her Twitter page, and we can see that now her latest tweet says there's no risk of radiation, but earlier she said that she was on her way to the site.
Okay, now moving on to something else. Now, there's been a lot of speculation among the investment community that Greece could one day be forced to leave the Eurozone, but some people think France would be better off out of the union as well.
That's right. Now, this is traditionally an opinion of people in the far right, but according to an article in Le Monde, there are several other Euro disbelievers, and including some very well-respected intellectuals. Now, several people have chimed in, including Jacques Sapir, who's an economist, and Emmanuel Todd. Now, this is in an article in Le Monde, and sticking on the topic of the financial crisis, according to Le Figaro, Société Générale is going to take legal action against the Daily Mail. Now, I don't know. I mean, I think we all remember back in August that this is France's second biggest bank. Their shares went tumbling more than 20% after an article appeared in the Daily Mail saying that the bank was on the brink of disaster. So now Société Générale is suing the Daily Mail.
All right. Okay. Now, finally, a surprising woman is making a comeback in the French media. The comeback is surprising, I should say.
The comeback is surprising. Now, some of you might actually recognize her here. Her name is Cécile Cecilia. She's the former wife of President Nicolas Sarkozy, a very big figure here in France. She's making her comeback on a blog called Je le Presse. Now, she says that she's breaking her silence because of the timing is given the crisis, and she says that she wants to dedicate her blog to all of France and its citizens. But a lot of people are wondering, why is she launching this blog right now? According to the Journal du Dimanche, she has political ambitions. She wants to represent French expatriates.
I'm sure President Sarkozy is thrilled about his ex-wife taking to the internet just ahead of an election year. All right, Florence, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed. Up next, it's Web News.